What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about why I'm going to see The Suicide Squad, and you should too. So this is my kind of preview series where I talk about something that's upcoming, something that's about to come out, whether it's a game or a movie. I talk about if I'm going to, participate in it and why, and then kind of just go from there, kind of get my last second thoughts out on something. So this movie obviously releases next week, Friday, although next Thursday night, if you see it in theaters, it does have the kind of the opening night thing, and then you can obviously see it in theaters or on HBO Max. So let me make it clear, just in case people are, I guess, wondering about my personal life. I will be watching it on HBO Max. I have a family of 3. It's me, my wife, my daughter. Even though my daughter may not actually watch this, and I'm not gonna force it upon her, and I don't think she will end up watching it. But I can imagine 2 to 3 of us watching this movie, and in my mind, $15 for HBO Max is saving money versus going to a theater. So that's how I'm going to see it. And now, is that going to take away from kind of the spectacle of it? I think it definitely can. I think certain movies that I've personally watched at home could very well have been elevated by watching it, in the theaters. However, I think some of them, the biggest issues of them, you can't really fix just by making it louder and just by making it bigger. I think if the movie's good, it's going to be good. You're just not getting the, quote unquote theater experience. But I'm very excited for this film. So like I said, I'm obviously going to see it. I'll watch it next Friday, hopefully like during the day, as early as I possibly can. I'm kind of notorious, and I think people will kind of associate this with me as the channel continues to grow. I have like waves of excitement for pretty much anything. Okay, when I think about things that I'm most anticipating, I go based off of what's closest. So like in terms of movies, this is my most anticipated movie, even though like maybe Spider-Man or Scream or stuff like that, like those would definitely be more anticipated than this, but this is literally a week away. So I get excited, and it's in waves. I'll get really excited, and then it'll kind of die down, and then the week or so, week 2, 3 weeks before release, it's like a roller coaster ride, which I hate roller coasters, but it's like a roller coaster ride where the excitement just continues to go up. That's where I'm at with Suicide Squad. I wasn't, to be honest with you, like 2 months ago, let's say, I was excited for it, like I was still gonna watch it, but I wasn't thinking about it daily, like hoping for the best for it, all that kind of stuff. I was, maybe it's gonna be good, maybe it's not. We'll have to see what people are saying about it. I'm gonna watch it, but who knows? At this point, it's like, no, gonna watch it the first second I possibly can, going to hopefully enjoy it. Everything we've seen based off of critics. Now, I'm not going to say I trust movie critics. They literally are some of the worst people imaginable. So, is it good that they're getting good reviews? Of course. Okay, I'm not going to take that away from the movie. I'm not going to take it, I guess, away from the people who wrote and made these reviews. But I don't trust pretty much any reviewer in the first place. There's many movies that I think are very good that have very bad scores, and there's many movies that have very good scores that are very terrible. So, is it good that we're hearing things that kind of support what we thought about it, right? It's fun. It's kind of chaotic. It's got that James Gunn feel. That, like, anything that, I guess, supports theories that we all kind of thought in our heads, I feel like we're more willing to believe those things, or more willing to accept them, right? So, it is true. As it gets closer, it's like I'm excited to see what he does with these characters. Another thing you may know about me, you may not know about me, is I don't really care, or I've never really read any comic book in the first place, but I don't really care about them either. So when it comes to, honestly, a lot of the characters in this movie, I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue who they are. Obviously, you learn some things and you read up on some things as you get closer and when these things are announced. I know more now than I did a year and a half ago when, there's all these casting. It's like, who the heck are all these people playing? I know more now than I did back then, but still very much in the dark. So that's another thing. I honestly look at that as a positive, because it's like you have the chance to show me something I've never experienced before. Like, of course, I want to see what he does with Harley. And also, I guess the biggest thing with this movie in general, right, is who lives and who dies. Now, I've said it before, I think you can tell who the main cast is, and I don't think it's all that hard in the first place, but if you watch the trailer, right, I think you can kind of pinpoint, okay, they kind of split up in almost like groups of 3 or 4 at some point. It seems like there's 2 of them, so there's around 6 to 8 characters, let's say, that'll probably make it through most of the movie. Does that not mean that some of them could die? No, they could all, Harley, they've said none of of them are off the table. You could kill Harley. You could kill Peacemaker. The TV show doesn't have to be a sequel. It could be a prequel. So that's exciting. It's very exciting to see what he does. The thing I guess I've always been worried about, which seemingly has been tampered by, what people have said in reviews is, if I don't have an emotional connection to any of these characters, I'm not going to care if you take them out or not, right? That is one thing where it's like, well, you see them in the kind of the one shot where they're all walking with like the huge kind of like the military base behind them. There's like 20 of them, let's say. I think half of them are immediately, I think you're going to kill a large majority of these characters kind of right away. And that is risky because it's like, well, I'm not going to care about them at all. But again, I guess the point is, as long as you care about the main group, and then if you kill any of them off, then obviously that's where the emotions would happen, right? We'll have to see. I don't know any spoilers. I don't really know if there's any spoilers even online, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens there. I want emotion. I want some character depth. And the things he's saying, honestly, is making me quite happy. When James Gunn says, like, he thinks superhero movies are boring. Now, I think a lot of the Marvel movies are pretty darn good, especially Infinity War and Endgame. But I understand, I think, where he's what he's saying. And hey, if he wants to be the one to radically change things, go ahead. I mean, he's the one who did Guardians of the Galaxy, so hopefully he's not talking about his own movie. And I don't think he is, because those movies are just different. They're very, very different than, I guess, what the classic Marvel kind of formula is. It still falls in that, but I think it's a little bit more removed. So yeah, I mean, I'm ready for this. Hopefully, I'm wondering, obviously, if you guys are too. I want to hear it from you in the comments below. You guys watching it on HBO Max? You guys going to theaters to see? I know a lot of places HBO Max still isn't even a thing. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, leave a like. I will be covering this movie. If anything happens early next week, I'll be covering it. When I see it, there'll be videos after it as well. So we'll have a huge, amount of coverage on this film on the channel. If you guys want to support us anywhere else that we are, we have a Twitter, we have a second channel, we have a Patreon, and YouTube memberships. All of those things are in the description below. The join button specifically is obviously next to the subscribe button if you guys want to support us financially. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. I hope to see you all on the next video.